Hey friends, in this video I'm going to give you 10 life lessons that I wish I knew at the age of 18. I'm currently 26, I'm a medical doctor, but it all started at UCL Medical School at the age of 18. For the average viewer of this channel, I know exactly who you are. I've looked into my YouTube analytics. I know you're from the UK or India or the US. I know that you're between the ages of 18 and 24, and most of you are male. You are an aspiring, high-achieving young male who's looking to do great things in life and live an above average, quite successful lifestyle, then watch this video. But I would caveat it with the fact that success for me means one thing, it can mean a different thing to you. So lesson number one is not to compare yourself to other people. When you reach the age of 18, you will be going in different ways. You may be entering university, you may be starting your first job, you may be doing an apprenticeship. Whatever it is that you're doing, you're suddenly going to be exposed to a lot of different new people. Especially for me at university, the very first week, I met so many different kinds of people. Affluent kids, private school kids, international school kids, and these kids had a lifestyle that I could never even dream of. And so when that happened, it was super easy to compare myself to those people and feel extremely inadequate in who I was, what I had, and where I was going. It can really break down your confidence, your motivation, your energy, your discipline. Everything can go down the hill. And there's a really famous saying to say that comparison is the thief of joy, and that's exactly it. When you compare yourself to other people, you actually hinder your own life's progress because you're no longer focusing on where you could be, the things you could do, and the ways you could improve. And so when you compare yourself to others and try to replicate other people's lives into your own life, it's never going to work. You're trying to put journey A with journey B and you're trying to bring them together, and they will never ever come together. They may cross paths at times, but they're never ever going to be the same journey. Lesson number two, if you don't ask, you won't get. And this is a really profound lesson that I learned in my fourth year of medical school. This was a time where I was starting to think more about my career and my long-term career. But this whole idea of health tech and health tech innovation, the use of technology, digital apps, digital tools within health, suddenly started to become quite a big thing when I was in medical school. So I thought to myself, I need to get into the space, but I didn't know where to get that experience. So I looked on LinkedIn, I found a few founders that were looking and working in health tech space, and I reached out to them. I didn't think any of this at that time, but then one of those founders reached back out to me and gave me an opportunity to work for their startup, and that led to so many other opportunities. So what I'm trying to say here is, if you don't ask for something, no one will ever know that you want that thing. You need to go and ask for the opportunities that you want to get in life. What's the worst that can happen? Someone will say no, and most likely most professional people will say it in a nice way as well. So nothing bad is really going to happen from you asking. Number three, no one really cares about you, and I'm very sorry to let you know. And this is because of a phenomenon known as the spotlight effect. Essentially, we all like to think that there is some sort of spotlight on us. Every little move of ours is being scrutinized, people are looking at us, people are judging us, people are talking about us behind our back. For this reason, it really hampers and dampens our confidence, our energy, and our ability to move freely and do the things that we want, because we're always thinking, oh, if I do this, someone is going to say that. But the reality is, unfortunately, most people are quite self-centered. Most people are not thinking about you, they're just thinking about themselves, the same way you're probably also just thinking about yourself. Understanding this and that no one really cares and no one's really judging you. Number four, if you really want to grow, if you really want to progress, you need to get uncomfortable. If you were to put yourself out of the comfort zone and do things that scare you, for example, if you're scared of climbing, doesn't mean that you suddenly go one day to this really tall rock wall and try to climb it in one go. It might be that you go to a really small climbing school, you go to the beginner section and you take a class and you do a little bit of climbing, maybe not even to the top, maybe halfway, maybe even a quarter. So what I mean by this is, when you're young, you will have so many interests, but you're scared to do because you're thinking, I will be a failure at this. I will never succeed at this. People judge me for doing this, or why should I do this when my life is already so comfortable? But it's in doing these difficult challenges that you become a new person, and then good things start to happen to you. Number 5, play long-term games with long-term people. This is something I came across from Naval Ravikant, who you might know as a really inspirational sort of thought leader investor. And he said that if you want to achieve great things in life, first you need to play a long-term game. Nothing good comes overnight. It comes through years and years of dedication, discipline, and driven energy towards that one thing. However, you need to do it with long-term people. Essentially what that's saying is that if you were to start something, let's say a small company or a startup or a business idea with a few friends, and you did this all of some sort of energy that you had one evening where you were all feeling really motivated, and then a week later 2 of the 3 guys that you want to do it with have dropped off and it's just you, there's no way that business is going to succeed because you're not doing it with long-term people. However, if you were to start something or do something, that could be going to the gym, it could be learning a new instrument, it could be starting a new business, but I'm also going to bring into this effort some long-term people, some mentors, some aspirational leaders, some people that can really help me along this journey. It could just be an accountability partner. If you do long-term things with long-term people, even if that thing doesn't succeed, you're going to learn so many things along the way that you as a person will have changed for the better. Number 6, have a growth mindset. So when you are playing these long-term games, you are no doubt going to fail, and you're going to fail many times. Every time you fail, if you decided to quit, you're going to get nowhere in life. And that's happened to me many times throughout medical school. But there are other things in life where I went past the failures. Whenever you fail, look at why you failed. Look at the lessons that you can learn from that and see what improvements that you can apply going forwards. Have that idea that failure leads to growth as opposed to failure being the end of the journey for you. Number 7, just be nice. Whether that's just meeting people at a networking event and being more smiley, being more talkative, holding the door for someone and them saying thank you is something that you can do which costs you absolutely nothing. Free to be nice, and when you are nice to other people, people will be nice to you. I've seen that whenever I do good things, life somehow finds other good things to happen in my life. Number 8, your life does not end after university. In university, it's sort of like training. You're in a simulation where you're learning, you're testing yourself out, and you're putting yourself in lots of different places towards an end point, which is a degree. Once you get that degree, you're in the real world. You need to really sell yourself. You need to get a job. You need to find a place to live. And then that's when life gets more challenging. But through all of those challenges, you identify who you are, what you want to be, start to begin to build a career in life, and depending on how you do what you do, you can be very proud about that. And also after university, because you now have a much greater income, you can start planning your life, buying a house, going on holidays, seeing the world, traveling the world, doing lots of different experiences. And I think those kind of things are really exciting. So when you are in university, don't get bogged down and think, oh, the uni years are the best years, I need to do absolutely everything, I need to live these years to the max because life after this is going to get really crap. It's not the case. Life gets much better. Number 9, choose your friends carefully. Now, this is a lesson that I wish I knew on day 1 of university because I made so many mistakes with my friendship circles, but I'm so grateful that I learnt this. And now that I have learned this, in life, you have friends that bring you up and you have other friends that drag you down. You want to choose more of the people that bring you up. So reevaluate your life, look at your friends and consider your friends. Who in these people actually raise me to a higher standard? They criticize me when I do wrong and they praise me when I do right, and they take me to a new level, and they are good people to hang out with. They have no bad vibes, they don't gossip, they don't talk crap about other people. Those people are great. Find more of those people, make friends with more of those people. Now you have other people that may bring you down or just keep you stagnant. I won't go into the nitty-gritty of who those people are. You can probably identify for yourself very clearly who are the people that bring you down or don't add any value to your life. So find those people, and if they are your friends, you can distance yourself, you can move away from those, you can grow as a person. So choose your friends carefully. You are ultimately the average or a summation of the people that you surround yourself with. Number 10, finally build a brand for yourself. I think it can't be any more overstated in the current world that we live in, that if you don't have a brand, you don't have an identity, people don't know what you are, who you are, what you do, then it can be more challenging to break into the correct environments, into the correct places where you can be successful, where you can thrive. And what I really mean by this is because we are all so prevalent on social media, even in professional spaces on LinkedIn, for example, as well, it's very easy for your employer or the people that you want to work with, other businesses, it's really easy for these people to search you, to find you, to see who you are, to what kind of person you're, what are your interests, what kind of political things do you stand for. It's all very easy to identify. Building a brand for yourself in this current day and age is super important. Now, I'm not saying that everyone needs to be a content creator. All I'm saying is that when you design your LinkedIn profile, when you set up your Instagram, think about how you want to brand yourself there. So those are my 10 lessons. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found some value in this video. And if you did, consider subscribing. I make a lot of other videos on my life as a doctor, who I want to be, where I'm heading, my journey through life. I hope to inspire other people such as yourself, the younger version of me, to do better than me. That's the aim in my life. With that being said, I hope you stay safe, stay happy. I'll see you in the next video.